Hey there, my name's Megan and I am the ultimate hype witch. I had some thoughts come through the other day when I was cooking, so I recorded them with a voice note. But basically, the gist of what came through, it's something I've thought of many times. Because I think a lot of people in this world, we've been a cog in the wheel. We've been sold what we need to do with this life, how we need to do it, how we need to take care of things. We live, we have our families, and we work, and then we die. Death is the only thing that's guaranteed. Like, living is the one thing that many people do not end up doing. And I've thought this before, so I'll share it, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But what if you woke up tomorrow and the whole world is flipped on its head? And I don't mean apocalyptic. I don't mean that. I just mean you wake up tomorrow and money isn't needed to take care of your bills, take care of your food, take care of anything. It's just handled. You're in a reality where all of that is just taken care of for you, and you have all of the time in the world to create what you want to be creating, and you don't need to make money doing it. Like, money is not a concept anymore, right? We moved on from money. How would you feel? What would you do with your time? Have you invested any time into any passions of yours? Have you invested any time into any hobbies? What interests do you have? I feel like a lot of people would wake up and be really angry, a little confused, and not necessarily have any purpose outside of their jobs and their careers. And I posed the question, like, would you still go to your job if you didn't have to pay for anything? If you didn't have to make money, what would you be doing with your time? Would you be reading? Would you be writing? Would you be sharing what you've written? What passions would you pursue? What would happen? I think it's a question, it's come up for a lot for me. I've been in my Saturn's return. I'm back in it because it went retrograde, and it's here, and I'm feeling great. So holding that stays. But I've been thinking a lot about, if I didn't have to, sell real estate to pay my bills, would I be doing that? Would I be helping people find homes? Would I be doing that? Like, do we need money? Like, it's like, how do we find homes then, right? Do we just find a home that's available? So is there still a marketplace for it? I don't know. It's a very interesting concept because of the way we've set up our society. And I think a lot of people focus a lot of their attention and their energy. We all, like, 40 hours a week at least, right? But then there's the entrepreneurs, there's, people working even longer to make ends meet. It's all to, pay bills and then to live life and to get freedom, financial freedom, to not have to work as hard, right? To slow down, to retire early, semi-retire, or, but I think that we need to always be pursuing passions and pursuing creative endeavors, and whatever that means. Maybe it's learning piano, maybe it's sharing your voice and singing, maybe it's writing, maybe it's, digital, maybe it's videos, like all of it, music, all of the things, right? There's so many different pursuits, and that's like the beauty of going to Burning Man, is you get to see like the creative human expression just like completely unlocked, and it unlocks so much within you. And when you're there, it's a gifting culture, right? So if we were always just gifting our gifts to each other, and if we were just constantly living in a society where we're gifting things, right, and where we're giving things, and we're in this like gratitude of receiving things, like, right, because that's the other side of it. So it's like, if we're in this gifting society, we're also in this receiving society. So what role do you play? Where where do you go? Where do you live? Do you stay where you are, or do you go explore the world? I'm so curious. I think there's a lot of people who, need to be activated into their purpose. It's like the other question is, do you have a relationship with spirit? Like, do you have a spiritual relationship with yourself? Are you capable of being alone? Are you capable of sitting by yourself for, probably a lot more time? Do you have like an awareness of who you are outside of your career? Or does your career make up your identity? I think there's going to be a lot of people who would have a lot of friction if the world changed and the society looked a lot different than it does today. Do you have community? Do you have really good friends? Would you still be friends with the people you're friends with if you didn't need to worry about making money? You didn't need to worry about all of these basic needs. Who would you be friends with? Have you set yourself up for success to have friends outside of your job, out of your career? Do you have like high quality friends, or do you just have, every once in a while you hang out with people friends? Because, what are you going to be doing with your time? Do you have that community? Have you cultivated that within yourself? Self-awareness, community, creative pursuits, all of these things are seen as luxury items, and they're so important and integral into our human experience that a lot of people put them off. Yet these are the things, these are the skills, these are the people, places, and things that unlock so much more from you and for you. For me, I found that when I offer up my somatic breath work and all these things, my real estate pops off. But it's because I've been in this like giving energy and receiving energy, and I'm helping someone out, and I'm helping other people kind of unlock things and release things from inside of themselves that they haven't touched yet, and it's helping them move forward in their life, right? But in turn, this thing that seems to be not even, part of the thing I'm doing, they're separate, but they're totally intertwined, because I am showing up in this way, and how I'm showing up in this way is how I'm showing up in this capacity, right? In this job. So it's always beautiful to ask yourself and kind of evaluate and contemplate, where am I at in life? Like, what am I doing here? If I were to die tomorrow, would I die happy? Like, would I say I felt complete? Would I say I've done things that I've wanted to do? Or am I holding off waiting until I have, X amount of money in the bank to go on that trip? Or I have, I have to reach this career goal, or the company has to be launched before I do anything else. It's like when we hold ourselves back, we hold our soul's purpose back, and we're holding like so much potential and so much like love and passion and joy back from being fully felt and fully expressed in this reality. And that is such a key component of being human. It's to feel joy. It's to be our authentic selves. It's to live in this full freedom of expression so that we can move through life in a loving and heart-centered way, so that by the time our life comes to an end, we have a beautiful story that, maybe had some dark times in it, but we took accountability. We took control of our lives. We knew that whatever was happening to us was not happening to us. It was happening for us. It was happening for our highest good. And we said yes to that experience, and we said yes to that lesson. And instead of shunning it and pushing it away and becoming small, we leaned in and faced whatever fear, whatever darkness was coming towards us. And we transmuted that. And, we end up being more loving humans and more compassionate and graceful beings. All right. My name is Megan. I am the ultimate hype witch. I hope you have a magical, magical day.